Hey YouTube, it is Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and today I have this really cool looking white box from Assuming we're going to have some fun. But before I get to that, yes, I got to give a quick, Kurt has banned me, he has banned me, so yell at him for it, from using the word shout out. So we have to call it something different, because Kurt said we cannot be like everybody else on YouTube. So what are we going to call it? Any ideas? Because I've been thinking, and this just dawned on me, I was about to say shout out, and you yelled at me next week. So what should we call this thing?
I don't know.
If we say call out, people are going to want to fight me, and I'm kind of too old for that shit.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We're going to give you a we'll figure it out.
We're going to give you a quick we'll figure it out. So we're going to name drop you. How about that? I got to do a little name dropping really quick. We're not shouting anybody out. We're name dropping today. First and fourth, in just random order. Timothy Lotman, Alan Tomquist, Thomas Langle, Tony Edwards, Sarah Hoyt, Greg Gergity? It's almost like Giggity. I like that one. Dan Weaver, Tim Thur, John Chandler, Heather Yonkin, Zena Shepard, Ben Steinley. Those are some of our Patreon supporters who have hit their levels to get the rewards. You should be expecting t-shirts in the mail. Most have been sent out. A few I'm still waiting on sizes. We're getting those out to you as quick as we can, we promise, and there's more to come. So thank you to each and every one of you. And now let's get on to the meat and potatoes of today's video. And that is, we have an egg box. But if you look, oh, this is kind of gross in here. Ew, they're all empty, right? That's because if you watch us frequently, you know we just did an egg cutting very, very recently, and that was our Axanthic clutch, and I was super, super excited. Let me hand you that nasty box so we can clean that up later. They all crawled out today. So, since we were coming to film today, yeah, let the dog out.
He was scratching.
I know, let him in. Hell with it. He'll be part of the video.
That's
anyway, since they all came out today, I wanted to share those Axanthic babies with you. So what we're going to do, and it may be helpful, I guess, if I let you through here, huh, Kurt? Turn this way. Or do you want me to bring them to you? I'll just bring them to you. That way they're in better light. That way I'm not cheating you guys on what you're going to see. We're going to go just through our baby rack and what is in our unshed rack right now. Okay, because these are not the Axanthic clutch. Oh, you can see that one's in shed. It's in shed. It's a normal. And again, let's get super excited for, that is a Mojave in shed. When are we going to get to anything Axanthic? Are we going to get there? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. This isn't it. That's a normal in shed. Oh, man. Or wild type, classic, all kinds of stuff. And is it this one? Nope. Mojave. We're getting there. We're going to just, I promise, because most of this rack is full of stuff from that. But before I get there, look at that. This is also one of the things I'm happiest to hit. That is a GHI Mojave in shed. I can't wait till it sheds out. Sorry, even you guys on Patreon aren't probably getting a chance at that one. You're probably not. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. Oh, can't show you that. Can't show you that one just yet. But I can show you this one. This is actually from the Axanthic clutch. We do have a pastel het SK Axanthic. Okay, so that one is there. And then it just gets better. Look at that. So that proves out the gene, pastel Axanthic. Just look how pretty these things are. These literally just crawled out today because I checked last night. They weren't out. Still a little bit of egg goop on it even right there. They did get a quick bath, but just beautiful colors on those. I love these. And we will not be keeping all these. I know last year I hit 2 pastel Axanthic females and I kept every one. And so people are like, oh, you suck, you kept them all. This one too is just exceptional. This is an exceptional example of a pastel Axanthic. Again, they just crawled out, so there's some egg goop. Ew, it's like a booger. Really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. These are one of my favorite things to see crawl out. So it's just, and we really did a good job. I mean, we kind of smashed it. This is a really nice looking wild type ball python. And it is also, of course, 100% het Axanthic, because we used a visual. So when you use a visual recessive, every baby is going to get at least 1 copy. Now, the mom was only heterozygous Axanthic, so she passes on a gene to basically 1 in 2. It's a 50-50 chance, but it's like rolling the dice with every egg. So you have 8 eggs, you may get 4, you may get 3, you may get 1, you may get 6. It's kind of random. But this one did not get the Axanthic gene from mom. She also missed the pastel gene from both mom and dad. But if you were going to start an Axanthic project, I keep saying she, I'm not even sure what it is yet. It's not too bad if you're wanting to get into it at a reasonable amount, because it is 100% het, so you're not playing a guessing game. at all, and it's an easy way to get into those projects without having to spend as much as you would for, say, a visual pastel Axanthic. Like this one here, which we hit several of these, more egg gunk. And that one is just gorgeous, just completely gorgeous. So we're going to swap it out and show you another normal head Axanthic. Again, same thing as the other one before, straight normal. Save your questions till the end. That's how you have to do this. Question Girl is in the house today, and she is trying to ask questions ahead of time. All right, and one last pastel Axanthic before I show you the cage I wouldn't show you before. And again, this is just a really, really nice example. You can see the light silver. If this was a normal one, it'd be darker. And of course, the head is blushed. You can see there. That'll show you it's actually pastel as well. And then how light it is. You almost get like a Raider silver on a baby Axanthic that is not pastel. But let's go back up to the one I wouldn't show you. And I just wanted to wait on this one. One, for theatric effect to show it last. And two, to have, you can hold that, one of these to show the difference in. So there's your pastel Axanthic, and what you have here, look how white that head is. Look at how the color is one more level turned up and all the blushing. This is your super pastel Axanthic. So this is the creme de la creme of what we were going for, cream of the crop. You want to hold both. And you can just see the difference when they're side by side. So pastel Axanthic here, super pastel Axanthic there. That is one I do not have in my collection. I've already told Kurt, I did sex that one. It does have penises. However, I'm still trying to tell Kurt we need to keep it. So it'll most likely be a holdback because, well, I'll be honest, I want it. And two, I don't have one. I don't have that. And it can actually replace my male pastel Axanthic as a breeder when I get some size and proves out, and allow me to move that male out of my collection eventually and run this male, simply because he will pass on Axanthic every time and pastel every time, where Dad passes on Axanthic every time, pastel half the time. So in a quest to make Firefly Axanthics, Killer Bee Axanthics, and more super pastel Axanthics, he is definitely a winner. All right, Question Girl, any questions?
Yeah, before you put these,
okay.
No, because for someone who's a novice like me and doesn't know the difference,
right?
How would I distinguish a pastel Axanthic from a super pastel Axanthic and Zeus?
Well, Zeus is really simple to see the difference on. Remember, these are going to darken a little bit with age, just like all pastel genes do. I mean, the way you do is you just look at them. I mean, they look different. A lot of it's in the head. You can see the difference in the head blushing right there. You can also see the difference in the black, how blushed this is right there versus how this one isn't nearly as blush. I mean, it has a few light spots. This is all through. And then there you can see the silver already showing up in that snake, and you can't in this one. This one is pretty much almost a white, like a dirty white. Not as pretty as it would be if fire was in it, but fire will eventually get us. It's really easy to see. And of course, when you have an older pastel Axanthic, I'll pull one of those. This is one with a little bit of age to it.
So this is the same thing as this guy. Right.
This is the same thing as this guy. You can see how it's going to end up looking as an adult. This one will always stay much more blushed and much lighter than this one. You know, and this is kind of a medium-aged one. This is one of our holdbacks. And I'll show you Dad to give you an idea of a full-sized breeder, you know, male pastel Axanthic. As soon as I find him, here he is. This would be full-grown. So they do hold a lot of that silver and black. And when you do the super pastel, you're going to crank it up another notch, plus you're going to keep all the blush. And you can see he was a fairly blush pastel, but nothing like what's on there. So that's going to be really the difference. And of course, Zeus, you asked about him. I think you just wanted to give me an excuse to get my favorite snake out. But
no, because Zeus is black and white and silvery in some ways.
He is.
So I want to make sure that people who are kind of new...
The pattern. It's all in the pattern there. I mean, he carries a single gene pastel, right? And a single gene. You're going to get all stuck in there. I'm not going to...
Now, is that a spider pattern?
Yeah. So he's got the... oh, don't crush that little guy. He's got the spider going on as well, and you can see a difference in the pattern. So that's kind of the difference there. And yeah, now if you put the super pastel in here, you'd blush this out even more. And I mean, you'd keep this closer to white and you'd blush that out. And if you added another pastel gene in, like a fire gene, you'd have probably what I would consider to be a black and white snake, is what I'm hoping, with the spider pattern. So that's where we're going to go long term. All right, any more questions? Question girl.
How is that different than a panda pied?
Okay, you're just asking random questions now, aren't you?
No, because it's black and white and silvery.
Panda pied looks like a pied. Black with the black part and then white where the pied part is. But it's not going to have the pattern. Like, the pattern is totally, totally different. It doesn't look, I mean, does this look pied at all? You know pieds? No. So that's how come it's going to be different, because a panda pied's a pied. This obviously has no pied in it. All right, any more questions?
Why are they on paper towels?
Well, that's it. Okay, good point. The reason we put these on paper towels when they first hatch out, and I'm going to put these two up so I quit stressing the shit out of them, is because you can see that open mark on the belly. That's where the umbilicus has fallen off. So because of that, until that heals up, which is typically their first shed, they go on paper towels. What that does is it just keeps anything like...
Oh, that guy's head.
Well, get back in there.
Guillotine tub.
Yeah. And you do got to be careful. That's why you never slam a tub closed. When one of them does something like that, you don't hurt it. But that lets that heal up before we go putting them on something that could get stuck in there and cause an infection or cause it to not heal right. It's just like a belly button in humans. You know, we're all born with our umbilical cord sticking out. You know, you bite it with your teeth and rip it apart. If you're a Viking, if you're not, you just put some clamps on it and cut it off, right? And anyway, then the little piece falls off and then you heal up. The same thing happens here. That's where that has fallen off. And even when they first come out, a lot of times they'll still have a little piece of that stuck on there. And as they crawl around the first few hours, a lot of times in the egg tub, that'll pop off. And then they'll be open wound until it heals up. And then they'll go on to substrate. So they start life on paper towels that I keep kind of moist to just help with that new skin. And then we go from there into like normal substrate. Treat them just like I would an adult. All right, any more questions? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next week.